Inside Out 2 got two brand new TV spots, and we got a first look at nostalgia. We're going to take a look at that TV spot first, and then the other one later in this video. The TV spot pretty much just starts like how all the other Inside Out 2 TV spots are, with them like recapping a bit of the first movie, saying that Riley is a teenager now. But the thing that was really interesting in this TV spot is that they showed a first look at nostalgia, and they might have given us a spoiler, I'm not sure, but I love her design, and I love how she's repeating the line of when we first came into headquarters, which again, she's feeling nostalgic because of that, because, well, her name is Nostalgia. Then this shot here of all of our emotions here, and we see anxiety is in this chair. This actually looks like it might be towards the end of the movie, which, if that's the case, it looks pretty much like the end because if you see in the back, the little orb thing is differently colored now, and it seems like anxiety, maybe she's not going to be using the control panel so much, more of telling Joy and the rest of the emotions what to do for Riley for the 4 years of her life. Now, how I think nostalgia will work in this movie is that she'll be a running gag. Well, she'll be pretty much a cameo. She'll appear in the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, and these two shots that we see her, these are probably all the shots that she gets in the movie, which is that a little disappointing that we did see that in the trailers? Yes, but I hope the other trailers actually show Bluefy and Lance Blade. But I really love this design of nostalgia and how she's like an old lady because I mean, I'm assuming a lot of old people may feel nostalgia of the good old days. And while this is a perfect design and perfectly captures the nostalgia emotion, what do you guys think about the first look of nostalgia in 3D? Now, this next TV spot here basically just again saying Riley's a teenager now. Which, before I actually talk about anything else, I love how the trailers are perfectly like telling the audience what this movie is. Riley's a teenager now, she's growing up, and she's having new emotions. There, go buy tickets for our movie. You know what our movie is about. This first shot here, we basically hear Envy saying, "We're gonna be best friends," which they're trying to make these shots kind of seem like they're all into one. They're obviously not, because we see that shot of envy, embarrassment, and anxiety, but it seems like all the emotions are gone. And Joy's kind of like, well, because she's just kind of, she doesn't really know these emotions too much, which is probably why she tries to push them away as much as possible, because she doesn't really understand them. Afterwards, this next shot is really interesting. So a lot of the TV spots are actually promoting this movie in IMAX. I love that. They haven't done that since Lightyear because that movie was actually the first Pixar movie to be in IMAX. But we see like the sarcasm, I think it's like crumbling down, and we see this weird ocean as all the characters seem to jump off the boat before they kind of fall to their death in the sarcasm. And I love how Joy just throws anger like a toy or something. And I love how she's on broccoli and she literally says abandoned broccoli, and it's a food that Riley has always hated. The next shot here, we see Riley apparently in the dark. I think she's with Val, that girl that she looked interested in, or was just her friend in the trailers. But I'm curious. I think this is definitely after the emotions have completely been kicked out of headquarters, and anxiety's kind of controlling Riley now. And it seems like Riley's going to do something very bad, probably definitely because of anxiety. And again, our characters are going to have to probably learn a lesson of anxiety and then come back to headquarters, kind of fight with anxiety maybe, but then try to work together and help with whatever situation that they're in. And this final shot here is discussed saying, "What are you doing?" Which Eliza Lapira, I don't know a lot of movies you're in. I know I said this yesterday, but I'm starting to hear more of her disgust voice, and it's really jarring and kind of like it puts me off at times because I'm so used to hearing Mindy Kaling's voice that Liza Lapira's voice doesn't even sound close to Mindy Kaling. It's not bad, but I wish that she kind of did a tiny bit better. But even then, she can't really sound like Mindy Kaling because she has such a distinct voice. I just love that shot of disgust looking like absolutely like, what the hell are you doing? And Envy's like wanting to continue to touch all the buttons on the control panel, and her eyes look like anime. I feel like they took inspiration from that, not just from anime, but from Turning Red as well, another Pixar film. And someone said mother and daughter, which, yes, they are kind of like a mother and a daughter. They're so cute together, and I love their pairing so much. I love everything they're doing with Inside Out too. It seems like they're going to be exploring a ton of more concepts like the conscience, the sarcasm, the brainstorm, nostalgia, Bloofy, Lance. They're going to be hibernating more animation styles into the movie. It just seems like they had such a really cool idea for another Inside Out sequel, and they didn't just make it because of, well, brand recognition and money, but because they actually had a great story in mind with these new emotions, these great actors playing these characters, and all these concepts that they wanted to bring to life in this movie. I am so excited for this movie when it hits theaters in about over less than a month now. I think we have 22 days left. So there's going to continuously be TV spots coming out, and I will be talking about most of them, but it's not going to be easy to catching up on them. But what do you guys think about it? Please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time. Control panel, and her eyes look like anime. I feel like they took